The stages of Christianity. Christianity was a reform movement of Judaism. Christianity appealed to Gentiles, which were non-Jews. Christianity was based on the life and teaching of Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ was essentially the focal point of the Christian faith. So in this Jewish community emerged Jesus, who challenged traditional religious leaders and was regarded as a troublemaker by Roman officials. By the end of the 1st century CE, Christianity was emerging as a distinct form of Judaism. Christianity was well on its way to becoming a separate religion altogether. Christianity appealed to people hungry for answers about the harshness of life and hopeful of an afterlife.
Strategies of Islam. Islam teaches the establishment of peace and justice on earth. It also teaches Muslims are required to believe in God and the Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad plays a big part in the delivering of the Quran. Muhammad is later referred to as the messenger and living Quran, since the Quran is based off his life. To Muslims, and human beings are completely responsible for their own deeds. All good Muslims could imitate the life of Muhammad, consequently achieving a perfect life. The Islamic faith postulates the rationality in the highest function given to human beings and that no faith is legitimate without it. Islam does not reject other religions. The fundamental message is that all religions are based on the singularity and unity of God. Another practice of Islam is you have to follow the 5 core set of obligations, which are basically the 5 pillars. Number 1 being believing in one God, Allah. 2, praying 5 times a day. 3, giving alms to the poor, or almsgiving. 4, fasting during the month of Ramadan. 5, making a pilgrimage to Mecca once in a lifetime.
Goals of Christianity focus on living simple lives isolated from society. Christians were expected to revolve around the figure of Jesus Christ and his teachings. In Christianity, which was indeed a salvation religion, has been believed that individual effort will never suffice in achieving one's salvation without the blessing of God.
The goals of Islam. Muslim profession of faith is that there is no God but God. Islam is primarily concerned with Allah, seeking a righteous course of action for every situation. Islam includes individual commands such as the 5 pillars, which is performing the daily prayers, paying a poor tax called the zakat, fasting during the month of Ramadan, and making a pilgrimage to Mecca. The goal of individual life is to attain an afterlife within one of the heavens described in the Quran. A common misconception is that Islam is a salvation religion, although Islam requires the active, ethical participation of the faithful in every circumstance of the conduct of their lives.
The spread of Christianity. The spread of Christianity was made easy through the Silk Road because of the ideas that were exchanged upon the Silk Road. Paul helped universalize the message of Christianity. Paul spread the gospel according to Jesus around the Mediterranean, preaching at many of the great Hellenistic cities such as Ephesus and Corinth. Followers of Jesus spread his teachings throughout the Roman world and to the world beyond. Some places like the Axiom civilization, due to its trading connections with the Roman Empire, some Axians themselves became Christians, which led to the civilization itself's main religion being Christianity. Zoroastrianism also helped shape Christianity before the spread of it throughout the world.
Spread of Islam. Muhammad was a prophet who helped spread the teaching of Islam. Muhammad went to Mount Hira and received a revelation from the angel Gabriel, which was known as the Book of Quran. Muhammad traveled to Medina after being exiled from Mecca for his threatening views. In Mecca, he created a new ummah. He had preached to the new religious groups that had formed, which helped spread the teachings of the Quran.
Important influences of Christianity. Peter helped spread the ideas that Jesus taught, he was a great part in shaping Christianity. He was one of Jesus' first followers, which helped popularize his teachings. Peter later became the first pope. Peter originally did not believe in the teachings of Jesus, but later he had a realization moment that Jesus was the Messiah. And after this, everything changed. Jesus later gives Peter a blessing, and Peter becomes the rock of foundation for the future church. Peter's confession of faith becomes the model for our beliefs in Christianity. A theory arose that the fall of the Roman Empire was a result of Christianity, with its emphasis on peace, forgiveness, and devotion to God.
The important things that influenced Islam itself. The Quran was an oral text throughout the lifetime of Muhammad. The complete text resided in the memories of Muhammad and his followers itself. The Quran greatly influenced Islam itself and could be said to be the building blocks of Islam. And without the Quran, there would most likely be no Islam. When Muhammad died in 1632, he left a political organization that was entirely centered around him, with no heir to run after that, which led to conflicts later on.